So continuing on, so I think I just showed a short that you can do from this spot. You can do a just long pull down the middle, or like I showed before, you can do a pull kick. And you can get different variations on those. Same thing applies. You can hit it from any spot and put whatever kind of angle you want on it. Personally, I find the angles are easier to read from a push series just because you can see them visibly better. The optics are just easier reading from this side of the table than they are from this side. But basically, same kind of thing. So you can pull it and spread it long, or you can pull it, hit it straight, just all based on what action. So when you stroke the ball, is it that you're just hitting it and allowing the momentum of the ball to carry the angle of the ball, or you're actually recoiling, straightening the ball out to take off that momentum of the ball to actually straighten it out, or even cut it back, or do like sevens, they call them. So like an example of a bit of a 7 shot. If I could hit it, it would be like that. Let's do it like this. So you see I probably 7 that right back into that man. So that's kind of the basics of a series. Now one thing I would suggest is if you already have existing options that you do, this is the approach I took when building my series. If you have existing options that just feel natural, build off that. So if you have a pass that you just love, say for example one of my favorite passes, and I think a lot of people know this, is just this bring it over, I wait right on the wall, and then I can pretty much do a steep upbrush from there, this very point right here, right up through that lane. And I was able to build a series off this pass. So this is just a natural pass that I've been able to do over the years. And then I thought, well, what's the best option off that pass? So if I wanted to build a series, I would have 2 different things I would think about. One is the very simple, just, well, exact same look, but now it's a down brush. It's tight to the wall, so it's a good one. Or, exact same look, tic-tac back to the wall. Depending on, I think this is a pass that Kane Gabriel does quite well. So again, like I had a natural pass that I did, which was that running kind of upbrush. And I need to build an option off of that. So it's a couple options you could have done. The exact same look, but now you want to go. So you want to hit it at the exact same point. Down brush. So I actually had to work on that down brush, because to do a down brush when you're on the wall, I kind of worked with, well, do I just press the bumper? Do I come off? What do I do? You want everything else right before the pass to look exactly the same, and then you execute the option. So there, you can kind of, it's almost a telegraph, and you can take that telegraph and take it to your advantage, because you can, if you know you have a telegraph, like for example, watch the angle of my man here as I pass across. Because I know I have this telegraph and I use it, because I know people will see it. People love to get little reads and stuff. So every time I bring it across, I'm not actually going to be able to do that pass until once I'm here, until I actually have that man angle back a little bit. So I think there it is right there, so I was ready to pass. So I use that, because I say, hey, I'm going to pass, and then, yeah, I'll pass, and if they're not ready for it, or if they are ready for it, they think, oh, okay, I saw that before, I'll jump out to the lane to block that. I'll show it to them, and then, do the option. So that's a thing that can be used all over the place. If you think you have a telegraph or something's really obvious when you're about to do a pass, if you have an option off of that works it, then use it. You can use it, and you can really abuse it, and you can even do reads to kind of see how they react to it. Do they get the tell? Are they onto it? So you can kind of come across, look at it, check it. If they don't react, to say, oh yeah, they're going to go up and block that lane, then you could still do the lane. If they do react, then you can do the option. So same kind of thing for these kind of stick series. There's not much of a read there, but they would kind of get a read and think, well, okay, he only does that pass when that ball's way up high. He only does the high lane when the ball's way up here. I didn't do the high lane when I was way down here. I did the high lane when I was up here. So that's kind of a read. That's kind of a tell. It's kind of a pattern. So then you can have an option off of that. If you're going to think, okay, well, I got the ball up there. You can really have a fast wall, off of that, or what Dave Gummison really does really well. He does hesitation walls. I'm not going to insult Dave by trying to tell anyone that I do them as well as he does, but pretty much he shows that. So yeah, I'm going to show you that high up, but then it's you know, you show it to them. You show them the read. I'm going to pass the high up, then you do the tic tac down to the wall. Or another one that you could do as well, which is the one I actually use, because that one's just a bit risky for me. I haven't practiced it that much. Still do the high up, but high up, down brush. So want to make it look like that high stick up, down brush. So one more time. So you might even check it. Check. Oh yeah. Okay, he fell for it. He's going up. And you notice I put through a pretty hard fake in there to really sell the up brush. You can't just kind of bring it over, bring it down brush. That's not an option off that. That's not like if they're biting on that high up. You know, they're not gonna fall for that. You really gotta sell the high up. You're gonna make it look like that high up. You gotta think high up the whole time. Then do the option. So the same kind of thought exists here. As you remember, with my back and forth, some of you more probably astute defenders probably noticed, hey, he only shot pull when I was on the push side of the ball, he only shot push when I was on the pull side of the ball. So I know that, and some people might think that's a tell or whatever, and I'll use this thing until someone makes me do it otherwise, but I have options off of that. So if I think, oh, they go to block, pull when I'm on this side of the ball, well then I have a push that I can do also off that side of the ball. And I'll show you one of those, what that looks like. Give myself a little bit more room. So remember, my option is, okay, whenever I'm over here, they're kind of down over here. I'm thinking, okay, they're just going to probably leave that middle as well. So I'm going to be on the push side. I call it a push, fake, push. So push, fake, push. So it's off that push side of the ball, still within my rock. Trying to make it look all very similar, very repetitive. Kind of like that. That's the concept anyways. And same thing from the pull side. So, if they think, oh, I can only hit the push side off this set, well, no, not really. Same thing. So this whole method way I shoot the rollover just allows me really to. Some people shoot the rollover like this. That's great. Just for me, to be able to time the holes the way I want. That the instant that hole opens up, I want to be able to react to it. But if I'm rocking, if I'm on the wrong side of the ball, I just had trouble with it, so I switched to this very stationary, kind of on either side of the ball. So again, if I think the defender knows, and it's pretty obvious when they're following, like if they're like going with my rock, what I call on timing, and I'll get to more of that later, then I know I can just easily stick with my timing. Oops. I can stick with my timing, but then at the last second, change the timing. So do an off timing shot, I call it. And there's also passes that talk about on timing and off timing as well. So I'll show that again. Someone's following the rock. And you can really use that to your advantage too if you want it. If you want to be able to use this, you can really, I do kind of soft fakes, where you can really have a hard fake. You can go, can't grunt of course, but that kind of concept. You notice that I don't do that because that overamps my arm and I can't shoot properly when my arm's too clenched. And you can have a similar concept as well from the 2-bar. You kind of bring it back and forth. You can think, well, okay, as I'm bringing it across, you might think, okay, I can shoot pulls now, I can shoot pushes now. It's not really a tell, but they kind of know what's up. So as the ball's coming across, you shoot out of that same motion to make it look like, oh, you're just setting up. I'm over here, I'm just setting up, I'm just setting up, I'm just setting up. Well, I'm not just setting up, I actually shot there. So same concept. Just going across.